had Arnold Allen last night versus Calvin Kattar, which I was really excited for because Arnold Allen's still undefeated in the UFC. I believe he was 18-1 going into this, but had not lost in the UFC.
Yeah, it's crazy. His management has done a fantastic job because a lot of these guys that fight in Cage Warriors, they come in and they get all the hype put on them right away, and then it's like a lot of pressure to deal with, I think. And obviously, they're not getting the craziest matchups. Look at like Patty Pimblett and like some of these other guys, Jake Hadley. But Arnold Allen comes in, and people I don't think realize he's been in the UFC since 2015. You know,
Yeah,
like it's been a slow grind to get to this point. And
which I
he's
think has been very good for him so far.
exactly, yeah, because now
And I
he's
think
coming
you've
into his
said this
own.
plenty of times where you're like, hey, I wish the UFC would take these stars and just groom them before they throw them into the wolves right away.
Yeah, I mean, look at Chase Hooper, who fought later on in this
Yeah,
card.
well, we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah,
That's a little
but
heartbreaking.
it's the opposite, right? Arnold
It's
Allen's
the
getting this like.
opposite.
I
But
mean, obviously they're
granted,
completely different
I think that
fighters.
Arnold Allen also came in with a different skill set than Chase
Exactly, yeah,
Hooper,
they're different fighters.
but man, but yeah, going into Arnold Allen versus Calvin Kattar.
Mhm.
Okay, so there was somewhat of a feeling process to start off there in the beginning. Arnold Allen seemed to really be picking his shots and when it is to attack. And then the classic Calvin Kattar high guard, right? The boxing
Yeah,
high guard, which I love to see out of Calvin Kattar, man. His
just
boxing is
just
just phenomenal.
just that high guard, that lead leg, just out there ready for leg kicks, just heavy on that lead leg with the hands up. Uh,
Yeah,
man,
a
he's
la
so good
Nate
at landing
Diaz.
his. Yeah, he's so good at landing those straight shots. You know, his jab and his cross, and he'll throw them interchangeably. Right, he doesn't always throw the jab first. He'll throw the two first sometimes, and he's really long with it, and he does such a good job with that. And it took a while, I think, for Arnold Allen to kind of like figure that out. You know, and then and then at the end of the round, Arnold Allen's circling away. Calvin Kattar charges him, tries to throw his flying knee. Arnold Allen sidesteps it, and he throws this flying knee and almost seems to like try to move it to the left while he's up. Like, look at that. Like, it's not like he threw it straight and then had to like
Almost like he
pivot
tried
in
to
the
turn as
air.
soon as he planted.
Well, yeah, he, he tried to turn to land it, but was also about to plant, and then lands on that right leg and just completely blows his knee out. And I was like, oh, okay, well, this isn't
Do you
gonna.
know if an MRI was already done?
I haven't seen anything,
Neither have
but
I.
it can't be good.
Neither have I. And the thing is, as soon as he plants as he's turning, and you see the slow
Shoots
motion
up.
replay, you see a pop
Yeah,
like behind his knee, right? And then
yeah, and
you're
it
like, well,
shoots
that's
up.
not good. Yeah, yeah, that didn't look good.
He goes
And
down, and then his corner's like, "Hey, man, you got the second round? You got this in you? Like, hey, your knee's completely toast, but you got this?" And he's like,
hey, you got to be first. You got to be
"Yeah,
first. That's all I heard after he busted his
yeah."
knee. I was like, oh
And then Arnold
Lord.
Allen's like, "Hey, I'm pretty sure his leg's fucked. I'm just gonna kick it." And then, so he kicks the other leg, which
Yep.
makes him have to lift his leg, right? His good leg, the one that's getting kicked, put all his weight on the bad leg, and he just falls again. And
Popped
Herb
again.
calls it, and it's like, hey, maybe don't send him out there. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, it's hard to say, right? Because like TJ Dillashaw fought Sanhagen with a
I was
torn
gonna say that's
ACL.
probably all they were thinking is, well,
Yeah,
TJ did it.
yeah. Well, TJ's also let's be real. He's got some
Whoa,
other helpers in there,
whoa, whoa. Take it
you
easy,
know.
huh?
But but yeah, I mean, it was. I don't I don't really blame the corner, to be honest, because he was able to walk on it. He looked like he was moving okay on it. It's not like he's a footwork heavy guy as far as like being like elusive footwork, you know. Um, so I'm not that mad at them sending him back out there, but I mean, in hindsight, obviously, all it took was one leg kick on the other leg to buckle him, and I mean, good stoppage by Herb. I thought, you know,
Yeah,
why you
yeah,
don't,
yeah. I mean, he turtled up. He shelled up as soon as he
yeah.
fell down again. He knew he wasn't gonna be able to get out of that, right?
And
And
it's like if you're Allen, you're just gonna let him stand back up and then just kick him
yeah,
in the leg again. Like, yeah,
yeah.
it's a
Path of
bummer though.
least
It's unfortunate.
resistance.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because it's one of those. It's like a self-inflicted injury, right? There's another one earlier in the card that was not self-inflicted, and it's like, yeah, that dude, he tore his knee. Um, like he did that to him. This one, it was off of like an awkward landing from a flying knee. That's not really something that like Arnold Allen did, you know?
Yeah, yeah. If it was Aljamain Sterling, he would have said, "I absolutely had everything to do with that."
Bro, I trained specifically to sidestep flying knees so that they blow their knee out when they land.
You know that's what he would have said. But
Yeah,
you know, this kind of puts us in a weird situation now. Puts Allen in a weird situation where you have Josh Emmett, Brian Ortega, Yair Rodriguez, Max
mm,
Holloway ahead of Arnold Allen, and he was hoping to do something that would just catapult him, you know,
yeah.
and for him to be able to state his case and say, "Hey, I need to fight for the title next." Volkanovski, look at me, look what I just did to Calvin Cater. But instead, he's like,
And Volkanovski's like, can't see you. I'm up at lightweight now.
"Yeah." Did you see the interview with Allen after?
No, I didn't. I kind of
No,
watched that
he was
audio.
like, they were like, yeah, Volkanovski saying that, you know, he's still, you know, looking to go up at 155. And he goes, man, I would too. This division sucks. That's exactly what Arnold said. He's like, I'm thinking about it too. This division sucks.
Well, it just sucks too, because like, I mean, not to harp back on the Volkanovski title shot at lightweight, but like, let's say Arnold Allen did have like a coming out party performance, right? And he blew through Calvin Cater, and everyone's like, well, it's fine for Volkanovski to go up because he's already cleared out the division. But here was a potential Arnold Allen fight, and
Yeah.
there's a potential Dariush fight up there. So I don't know. But obviously, he's not going to get a title shot off of that. He's going to have to fight.
And I mean, Volkanovski hasn't faced Josh Emmett yet, right?
Yeah, who just beat Calvin Cater. That's the thing. It's like there's
Yeah.
fights to be made.
Yeah.
Look, does Calvin Cater or does Josh Emmett deserve a title shot in a vacuum with the very close win he got over Calvin Cater? Honestly, probably not. But when you have a champ that has cleared out the division, the threshold for getting a title shot is lower. So,
Yeah.
like, a split decision win over Calvin Cater should get him a title shot. Why not? Let's have Volk fight against Josh Emmett, defend his belt if he can. Arnold Allen up there against Brian Ortega or Yair Rodriguez, and the winner of that gets a title shot. Like, there's fights that can be made. It's
Yeah.
just people. I don't know.
It's just, I know,
Money
man.
fights, I guess. But is Volkanovski versus Islam even really that much of a money fight? I don't think it is.
You know what? I think it would draw more attention. Let's say
Yeah,
that they
and
put Volkanovski up versus Josh Emmett. Do you think that Volkanovski versus Islam will draw more than Emmett versus Volkanovski?
no, I
Honestly,
don't
I
think.
think it'll draw more than Volkanovski versus Allen.
Yeah, probably. But also, it's like Volkanovski hasn't fought in Yair. Yair's coming off a win over Brian Ortega. That feels like that should get a title shot. I don't know if he's injured or something, but
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like waits a year before he fights all the time.
yeah, Yair waits a year.
Yeah, so I don't know. But yeah, man. So
There's
sucks
fights to
for
be
Allen.
made.
Really
It's a
sucks for
bummer.
Calvin Cater. But either way, man, we'll see what happens with Arnold Allen here. They'll probably, I mean, why not put him up against Emmett then?
Yeah, that's probably what they'll do. It's like, what
You
does
know what I
Josh
mean?
Emmett have to do to get a title shot? But
And Max Holloway's still sitting at number one contender.
I
I mean, at
know.
what point do we say maybe we put up Allen versus Holloway? And you know, like let's start
Ooh.
mixing it up over there.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows what they'll do? These are, I mean, that's kind of what happened with the Yair fight, right? He blew out Ortega's shoulder on that armbar, right?
Yep.
Ortega tried to pull out of the armbar and just ripped his own shoulder out.
Yep.
Nasty.
Aljamain Sterling had everything to do with that, just so you know.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
to be fair, that is something that I actually do give credit to Yair for.
Oh no, 100%.
That is one that I do give credit
That's
for.
legit. That's legit. So we have a lot of fights to cover, and you know some of these fights are pretty quick,
Quick.
so we probably won't spend too much time on these fights. I don't think. You had a lot of catching up to do last night, huh? Because you were at the live local event.
I watched Kattar versus Allen last night at midnight, and then I watched the rest of the card this morning.
That's a lot.
Here I am.
You're pulling through.
Witness me.
Hey everybody, Romero and Will here. Thank you so much for watching that short clip. It's just a small clip of what we covered this last Sunday.
Yeah, if you want to check out the full fight card recap, the link is in the description, and it's going to be on screen at the end here. And don't forget to go back and watch our fighter interviews that we have. And don't forget to tune in live every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, and you can join in on the fun.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Goes a long way. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching that short clip from Story of the Fight.